Laura, good evening and welcome to this little time of interview that we've called Have You Got a Few Minutes? An opportunity for you to tell us a little bit about yourself, about your day-to-day work and the things you like to do outside of work. So maybe we'll begin there by simply asking you to tell us a little bit about yourself, your home and your workplace.
Hello, I'm Laura. I'm one of 4 children. I have an older sister, an older brother and a younger sister. I grew up on a farm just outside Cookstown. I had the privilege of growing up in a Christian family. From a very young age, I was sent to any Christian meeting that was being held close by. At the age of 8, at a CAF summer camp, following a talk, I realised the seriousness of my sin, and I asked the Lord into my life. And up until the age of 16, I was able to return back to this camp and learn more about God and develop in my walk with Him. I'm currently working as a doctor in a hospital, and every few months I'm changing jobs and changing hospitals.
So clearly your work as a doctor brings lots of variety with it, and I'm sure at the present time some challenging circumstances, but undoubtedly also in your work things that are enjoyable and rewarding. Maybe you'll tell us a little bit about both sides of your work and also how being a Christian makes an impact on the work that you do.
So as a doctor, I get to meet lots of different people from all different walks of life. This can be some of the more challenging and stressful times in someone's life, and I get to be a part of it. I am not only providing medical care, I am to be a source of comfort to the patients during this time. One of the more challenging parts of being a doctor is that when the patient situation isn't going as I would hope, that this can be very stressful and difficult to deal with, and this is when I find my faith in God is what helps me through this scenario. Personally for me, during the pandemic, I think one of the more challenging things I found was that I wasn't able to see my family or friends. I'm still a country girl at heart and come home every weekend when I'm not working. So coming home, and I live by myself, to an empty house after working long hours with all these difficult situations that we're dealing with at work, I could feel very alone at times, but just knowing that my church family was praying for me was just a source of comfort, and I could really feel God's presence during this time. Something that I also found really helpful was, although we weren't able to meet as a church family, I work a lot of weekends. I actually been able to see the service even a couple of days later whenever I had the time. If I had been working at the weekend, was another source of comfort for me.
There's no doubt that having a demanding job like that with sometimes long hours, it must be brilliant to have the time when you leave work behind and have an opportunity to do some of other things that you enjoy. So tell us a little bit about how you like to relax and the things you like to enjoy outside of work.
Well, normally my answer to this would be I really enjoy travelling, which is obviously on the hold at the minute. I also have 4 nephews and a niece, and I like to think I'm a very good babysitter. I'm not sure my siblings would agree. I like to fill them full of sweets and chocolate and then let them deal with the aftermath of that. But outside of visiting family and friends, I would enjoy reading just to help me relax.
Now I'm going to ask you one extra question. Where are your favourite places to travel?
There's so many different places, but I really enjoyed New Zealand. It's very like here, only the weather's a wee bit better.
That's wonderful, that's great. All right. Just for your encouragement, I know that people would want to pray for you and for the work you're involved in. So maybe you could share with us a few prayer points for yourself, for your work, or indeed anything else you would like us to pray for.
So during the winter, we know this is always a very difficult time for the health service. I would just ask you to pray for all healthcare workers. This winter is going to be extremely difficult. Just pray for their protection, and also the working conditions are a lot more challenging with having to wear PPE for extended periods of time, especially now that it's winter. The heating's going to be on and it's going to be even warmer, and the PPE is going to be extremely uncomfortable at times, and they're going to be wearing it for long periods. So just pray for their protection. But just also like to ask you just to pray for patients and their families. They're having some of the most stressful times in their lives, and families aren't able to visit as much as they used to be able to into the hospital, and communication is more difficult. So just pray for people and just for help during their situations who are lacking family support currently.
Laura, thank you. We do want to encourage you, and we'll be praying for you as a congregation, as will many who have watched this video. We pray that the Lord will bless you in the work you're doing and keep you safe at this particular time and in the days ahead. God bless you.
Thank you.